became a huge fan of the sparkling wine brand. Let's turn to Mr. Morgensen now. It turned out that Mr. Morgensen's male buddies were more likely to challenge him when he recommended a brand or a product. "What makes you the expert?" was the unspoken and default male response. That said, they would only accept this kind of word-of-mouth recommendation if it came from another male whose opinion and expertise they respected. Men were happier to take a piece of word-of-mouth advice about a brand or a product that was aspirational, and that signaled money, power, and worldly success, say, a vintage bottle of wine, a new fancy car, or some expensive gym equipment. More interestingly, it turned out that while the Morgensen kids had brand-washing power over their friends and peers, the people they had the most persuasive power over were their parents. This show also indicated that word-of-mouth marketing is contagious. Consequently, the Morgensens' friends began promoting and even flaunting these same brands to their friends and acquaintances after trying out the products the Morgensens solicited. It also found that the brands the Morgensens' peers were most likely to accept were the bigger and better-known ones. The sales volume of a good brand will significantly increase when amplified by word-of-mouth advertising. Additionally, celebrity and fame will also influence our shopping behavior. We worship celebrities because they represent a variety of desirable attributes, which many of us aspire to have. It could be beauty, charm, musicianship, or athleticism. When advertising, the marketers won't merely slap the celebrities' faces on the package. They tactically transpose their attributes onto the products they endorse. By using a process so seamless, we're subconsciously persuaded that by purchasing said product, we are essentially purchasing a piece of the celebrity. In turn, we adopt his or her values and attributes. Spritzing on a perfume Sophie Marceau endorsed, one might feel that they become as beautiful and elegant as she is. By putting on a pair of sneakers Michael Jordan represented, a man might believe that he shares Jordan's super athleticism. Celebrities are so influential that making consumers feel like them through a VIP experience has long been a marketing strategy of choice within the travel, hospitality, banking, and gaming industries. Membership is an inventive way for marketers to conceive consumers not as mere ordinary citizens, but preferred members with priority statuses. The higher your membership grade is, the more upgrade and priorities you can get. Remember the funny American Express commercial in which a female celebrity gets shut out of the executive airport lounge and almost misses a chance to sit down with a famous director? That is, until an airline employee informs her that, not to worry, her Amex green card allows her entry. The message of ads like this is to buy our product or use our service, and you too can enjoy the same status, perks, and even fame as your favorite celebrity. There is a group of specific celebrities that products represent professionalism, like experts or professionals. We usually trust what the doctors prescribe, such as what to eat, what to use, and what we should pay attention to, all of which we will keep in mind. This is why many medical professionals infiltrate the beauty industry. When seeing stamps such as doctor recommended and dermatologist approved, consumers are involuntarily reassured of the safety of using these. That concludes part 3 of the book. Now that we've acquired all the knowledge of this book, let's take a moment to summarize it. Firstly, we talked about when brands start brand marketing to us. It turns out that we've been impacted even before we were born. At the same time, a lot of people have brand addiction due to our brain's desire for constant pleasure. Secondly, we learned the ways companies carry out brand washing. These include fear-mongering marketing, nostalgia marketing, and sex in advertising. First, fear is human nature. Through insights into consumers' weaknesses and vulnerability, brands are fully aware of what we're afraid of. So, we will be offered corresponding products that can solve our problems and alleviate our fear. Second, people tend to romanticize the good memories of the past. Brands take advantage of our nostalgia to evoke good feelings about their products, by creating vintage elements and concocting a dream of going back to the good old times. Lastly, another aspect of human nature is the desire of sex, which triggers men's desire to conquer, and mama fans to crazily fall in love with teen male idols. With the improvement in social acceptance, Males have started to pay more attention to their appearance. A lot of brands that always catered to and have been associated with females are going to new lengths to target the appearance and beauty-conscious male. Last but not least, we talked about those who have an impact on our shopping behavior. Humans are a social species that tend to conform with a group. We want what others have, especially those possessed by the people we look up to and trust. We're influenced by peer pressure, family and friends, hailed celebrities, as well as supreme experts, who will sneakily seduce us to make a purchase. However, the purpose of this book is not to turn you against brands or get you to stop buying, which the author has proved is frankly impossible. But through understanding just how today's newest hidden persuaders are conspiring to brandwash us, we as consumers can fight back, and we can actually be more rational when shopping. The purpose is to educate and empower us, to make smarter, sounder, and more informed decisions about what we're buying and why. We hope that every one of us can be a rational consumer upon finishing this book.